Let me just say this. Maintenance does not have to start when the relationship is broken down.
Okay.
That's one thing that we need to get it clear. I-maintenance iyenzeka bakwethu sihlala ekhaya, ubaba nomama bahlala endlini, umntwana akhona, omunye angacontribute. Kuyaziwa lokho.
All right.
Please, mabuhlala la endlini nalo mntwana, uyabona ama-needs, wabona ngumntwana uhlokha imali. Does not come to the party. You can go. Many people, you can go. Listen, yeah. Because it's all now the reason why you're going to court is because remember communication between the person has failed.
Hi, Gerasemishi Mushala once again, and we're having another session today on Social Talk. Very interesting and probably sensitive topic that we're going to have today. I know probably 80% of the people medicationing, we are struggling with these issues. Child maintenance, that's the subject today. And before we even get to it, please let's like and share. Because of this liking and sharing is the one that makes these shows to be possible. The more of you viewing and liking, the more we are able to do this. Phumulani, my brother, how are you?
No, I'm fit, I'm well, thank you.
No, great. It's a rare thing to have a legal person in the show. So, yeah, we pull out a red carpet for you and say, yeah, you are the closest thing to the president.
No, thanks, but I beg to differ because I followed the show very well. And not so long ago, you had the Honorable Ntombi leadership, the ones who make the laws that we run with, at the legislature.
Yeah.
And you also had a young person who prepares the laws that they become really Tantralax. Yeah. So really, I appreciate the red carpet though. But I sit in chairs that people who are who make the laws and make our country vibrant, but I really appreciate it.
No, I just feel intimidated because you had a shoot. But nice to have you here.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and especially coming for this topic. But before we can even get to pointing fingers and stuff like that, I would like to understand the concept there. When we talk about child maintenance, what are we talking about?
Thanks, my brother. This is one part of law that is highly volatile because it involves emotions.
Okay.
And then if you look at the relationship, how most relationships they start with a smile, my brother. Okay. Most relationships, honestly, you're not gonna focus on matters of where maybe somebody is having a child through a bad sequence, maybe it's a rape. No, let's not. Let's go on normal how we come up. It starts with a smile, a loving relationship in a park, or we met at the mall, or we met at a social gathering.
Yeah.
And then it started like that, and then boom, later there's this innocent soul who doesn't know what now made these two people to go apart.
Who didn't even ask to be there.
Who didn't ask to be there, and then it came out of there, and then now there's this innocent soul that needs to be maintained.
Yeah.
That's where maintenance starts. Because when these two people, there's no issue of maintaining the other.
Yes, I hear you.
But now there's this one that now needs to be maintained.
Yeah.
And then this one needs to grow up. He has got needs, and he cannot fulfill those needs by him or herself.
Yeah.
So these two people, akhule to a point where he's capable with.
Okay.
So maintenance is not from toddler. It goes all the way, my brother. It can be a 40-year-old person claiming maintenance. That's why I'm saying up until this human being is capable.
Okay, it needs to be maintained, and there should be people who maintain. Okay. I think the most interesting thing that you said, because of I think it shifted the understanding for our maintenance, and people who should maintain with that. So I think maintenance court who claim their maintenance from that. But how we are now, you are saying maintenance ke two people. But however you two are responsible for the show for banaba bakola hand.
Can need responsibility of both parents that are equally responsible.
Okay.
Both of them. To such a point that unfortunately we come from a past where we had a more patriarchal society and we also had jobs that favored men.
Yeah.
For example, Mr. Mushala, the building of the railway.
Okay.
You can see a railway line.
Yeah.
It needed men.
Yeah.
You know, the building of your tallest buildings we have in South Africa, Cutting Center and all that.
Yeah.
It needed men.
Yeah.
So most, if you look at those jobs back then, were very physical.
Yeah.
So what had happened is that were getting jobs, both men will take care of the kids and the home set.
Yes.
Then eventually it's the men that were needed to maintain when it comes to financial.
Yeah.
But now in our society we've got soft skills jobs.
Yes.
Your IT, you know, your graphic designs and all that. Now finding
the office job.
Exactly. Women are in the job market now. So now the equation has changed.
Yeah.
Though we still see in the courts when we go there, in those queues maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, it's still like that, but unfortunately the situation is changing now. If you have bags and I look shit, and 2-3, we check every nasekuseni ukuthi ubani uhambisa umntwana ecrash.
Okay.
Check and uzobona is the guys walking the kid to the crash. Nango 2 amland. What does that tell you? Akaspad.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna have a dynamic change somewhere now. The maintenance is no longer just good to indoor.
Yeah.
Slowly is will change the society. We are changing somehow. Where the outfit no mina ngahlala nalumntwana as wena usebenza bank and all that. Kimhlokomele, you know, and look after the kid.
But in a situation in our township mostly. The issue of maintenance, as we said, mostly we find both sisters, even also some both brothers for maintenance. And so the same sisters, they took off day to the maintenance court in order to buy whatever that needs to be done. And I'm saying, how does the law actually look at Tabaya maintaining a child? Is there a ratio of how much one earns, or Tabaya fela for if it's 100 rand, it's 100 rand, or are there those considerations for local guy or Kenyan guy?
Yeah, no, that's really a good question. Because as I said when you started, unfortunately this topic in Alingwana, the emotions.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe obvious it comes sometimes because let me just say this. Maintenance does not have to start when the relationship has broken down.
Okay.
That's one thing that we need to get it clear. I-maintenance iyenzeka bakwethu sihlala ekhaya, ubaba nomama bahlala endlini, umntwana akhona, omunye angacontribute. Kuyaziwa lokho.
All right.
Yes. Mabuhlala la endlini nayo umntwana, uyabona amaninzi, wabona ngwana uhloka imara does not come to the party. You can go. Maybe people, you can go. Nisemshadweni. Because it's all now the reason why you're going to court is because remember communication between this person has failed. You brought this thing many times. This. So now what you do, you go to court to get an enforcement to force this person ukuthi melenze lento.
Yeah.
So in maintenance, only when the relationship is broken.
Okay.
Because sometimes when the relationship is broken, say nama added features now. Lie.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want to remind you, no mnati.
Yeah.
So kama ngikuchubeka wena upost ku Facebook, ufaka kuma status nabangani bakho, ngizoyiceda lento yeni ama 6 pack every day nowaphuzayo. Lo mntana kumele umaintain, yabona?
Yeah.
So i-court ke, the nice thing about it removes the emotional baggage.
Okay.
It focuses on the child.
Okay.
You know, Children's Act says the law must look at the needs of the child, they are paramount. So now let's go back to the question. Here we are at court. The court looks at both parents. Says, okay, you have brought this case here. What are your affordabilities? What are you earning? What are your expenditures and all that? You must list them. You, the one who's bringing them. Whether you are he or she bringing it to court, you must list. You go tell me now, I earn this much, and these are right now my expenditures, and umtuana needs A, B, and C. Even the other party must also bring that to the court, which I earn this much, and these are the expenditures. Then the court will look at that. So sometimes you might bring somebody when a court would feel good deal and that. Unfortunately, the situation is allocated when which work you'll give out more than you see, and then shame you'll be disappointed. That's why you must not come there with your own personal agenda.
Okay.
These two people's egos and agendas se focus real needs are way to food. Real needs. As a court says that many times people come to court, but no, a crash kuba na mapati na mele na ipela a party pack, but real is that a real need day to day. Amapati ahlale every day really want to tell the court they good. Is he really forced?
Yeah.
Uzolahlekelwa yumoya makangayi. No, yes, I understand it's part of socialization.
Yeah.
Ukuthi mele naye bahambe baye McDonald's nabangani, but there are difference between needs and wants.
Okay. And court share both of them.
Exactly. But this is more like just the wants, not the real need.
Okay. No, I hear you. No, I think my next question maybe it's the same, but it's in a different way. Question would be, because you said something very interesting, correct? It is maintenance is not for people who are in a broken relationship.
Yes.
Maintenance can be applied by people who are very well married.
Yes.
Where one feels they have tried as much as they could, but another one hardly to the party. Yes. And how I feel justifiably so, but maintenance court. And I'm saying the maintenance court, the way that they look at things, or from a legal perspective, what is more important? Is it more of finance only, or do you consider the other added benefits? If the lady maybe takes care of the child, if as a contributor, or the husband plays a role in taking care of the child more than a contributor. Are those the things that are also looked at?
So what will happen? The court then will look at what a balancing of the skills.
Yeah.
To look exactly what you're saying. The other part says that, but it's not only financial.
Yeah.
There's time involved.
Yeah.
There's emotions involved. So the court does not just become silent on those things, because this young person needs all that kind of support.
Yeah.
So this other person might not be bringing the finances, but he's there. You know, whether mostly when the child between the ages children of 5 years, the child needs the mother more, spends more time because manyenya and all that and all that. So the court will also look at all those things, please, you know. But also now we outsource some of those things.
Yeah.
We no longer have those stay-home moms.
Yes.
Most of the time we have about 6 months or 8 months of stay home when the child just born. Then after that somebody goes to work, and then the child goes to a crèche, you know, to continue growing there. So the court will look at all those things, because those are the things that are aiding the cost of raising this young.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know whether.
No, I think you got it. You did answer. Now, I think my next question would be back to the basics. How does one apply for a maintenance?
Yeah. My brother, I think sometimes as a human being, you know, sometimes
okay.
First, try rebusan.
Yeah.
You know, as couples, no matter a relationship may be, try to find the focus with it. The court usually what we say is the last resort.
Okay.
But sometimes now these days we find abantu bangakaze bakhulumisana nokuthi bakhulumisana, they run to court. And then we ask them at court, nike nakhuluma.
Yeah.
Have you tried? No athi nje, no. Ngiyayazi le type. Nyamazi nomzala wami was in a similar situation. Wagcina ecourt. So mina ngifunanga ukucala le ngize court. Yabo. So it's different, different things for, heads for different people. So ungathathi into ibone kamakhelwane uye. I think the best thing is esingabantu. There's people, my brother, who never even end up coming to court. They just agree ukuthi bazophikisana kanjani. Or you find again, the law says again, you can go to maintenance court.
Okay.
Going to maintenance court, you don't need to get a lawyer, by the way.
Okay.
Don't need a legal representative. You go there. The court has made it simpler. In every district, there's a court.
Yeah.
Yonkinda, Panama police station.
Okay.
There's a court. You go there. There's an office called maintenance court officer.
Yeah.
There are officers there who will assist you. There's forms that you will fill that they will give you.
Yeah.
And fortunately, again, now those forms are even available online. Go to Department of Justice under maintenance section. There's a form there. You will see it lists everything.
Okay.
That are there. It lists even to say, do you have a pet? How much are you spending for your pet?
Okay.
And when I'm maybe ngathathela phansi Brian ukuthi lo mntana bathu nenja manje kumele iyogeziwe. Ibalekile umntwana. Ibalekile ekukhuliseni lo mntwana lenja. Because sometimes ilwane they help abantwana abasheshe understand ukuthi abantu they are not going to live forever.
Yes.
Bazofa.
Yeah.
Because during the period yokukhula kwakhe umntana uzofela amaphetha ayi5. So uzoba sejwayele ukuthi wafa uSnoopy ngaba noSpunky washona. So by the time ukushona ugogo wakhe wena sekujwayele ukuthi abantu bayahamba, So they list all those things. They list the extramural activities umntana involved kuzo fakwa imali la ukuthi how much and how much. So you approach maintenance court, there are forms, and there's people who will assist you free of charge.
Okay.
Free of charge. And if the person that you are claiming maintenance for, they are investigators from the court that will be charged, go to trace it down. So most of us remember again, when a child is born, that's nice now in South Africa, we have this birth certificate that's for both parents. You've got your ID number, your names, so the court will trace you.
Yeah.
And what is nice now, most of us who are in the system, whether on a Wi-Fi endlini, they say they have account ID number.
Yeah.
So whether on a credit card, you are swiper, go the shops, lautenga corner, we can trace. And then now the investigator they can see, oh yeah, exists. Usebenza kule company lane. And again now the person does not need to chase the other person. Yeah. The court will give you papers with million inviting Muto or Atago court.
Yeah.
All what you need to do, you go to your nearest police station. That SIJ ni kifikile man intseki patla mutona ke tseba ba mosebetsa ko kae and we need to serve him personal.
Okay.
Not ukuthi unike ubhuti wakhe or ugogo wakhe or aunt wakhe.
Yeah.
The person must be given those people at the toll.
Yeah.
So that's why now if he's working is much better because we know from this period maybe at 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock is at this place.
Yeah.
Usually then people prefer to go and serve him there.
Okay.
Whereas with the contract or day.
Yeah.
Then you go with your police. Bambitsa ku reception. Watla hey unali bathi batobona wafika. Okay, it's you. Yeah, man. Yakhumbula. Ayidingi ukuthi umkhumbuzo yazi ukuthi wena naye. Nalomuntu wena yabona. So manje kushuthi lihlulene manje sengizena namaphoyisa yamseva wayasayina ukuthi uyithole ukuthi on such a day, please come to court.
Okay.
Because the court, remember, doesn't know your story.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
So it cannot take sides.
Yeah.
So the court invites the other person, come on such a day. Because this person utlile at this story. So come and tell us.
Okay.
So you decide not to come.
Okay.
Maybe
yes.
or you mix the whole thing yomntwana nale relationship efeli uyangifuna back sekangifuna ngama-code utshela utshela abangani bakhe kustokfela ungifuna back awayanga ngicodi or nale out utshela amajithi hayi yazini hayi ngisikho uyamfuna yabo uzombizela yeah uhlala ungani. Then what does the court do? Gives a subpoena now ke manje ke bakuseva again and mawungizi manje i-warrant of arrest izophuma bazokulanda nekhala.
Yo.
So ke the court first must determine.
Okay.
Because somebody angathi nginomntwana naye kanti kanti mina.
Okay, that's a good one. I never thought of that one. Yeah.
So must determine ikhona lento la before i-court igijima ingena endabeni yabo. Khona vele lebhambini.
Yeah.
And le bhambini uyavuma. Bakubuza ukuthi ikhona uthi ikhona.
Yeah.
Eyakho.
Okay.
That's the question esekubuzayo. Ke ngwana how bro?
Yeah.
Then waqala ke la hayi singo wami.
Yeah.
So manje senze njani? Hayi yazi ngoba seze la let's do ama DNA. Oh, senza ama DNA. Kusho wena. So when you say that to the court, you're the one who's proposing that, you must pay for it.
Yeah, ne?
Umthetho simple uthi the one who alleges must prove.
Okay.
So wena you must go use proof.
All right. It's a sad situation though, because of I think lots of people come from experience. Yeah, it's a sad situation for our communities have come actually to that level where partners would do. Because for me, I think that's the most painful thing that one can ever do to a child. To say, I have to prove, I need proof. And then you are talking about a child that is probably already 6 years, 7 years old. That I need proof that you are mine. Yeah. And but it's said that we end up coming to that. Just a clarity on the matter. The scenario opens up years it will up both sides.
Yes. For
men and for women.
Yes.
Meaning men can go through the same process go court and fill the form. As you say, my son has a snake and the snake needs eggs. So it doesn't it goes for both men and women. Women can do that and men can do that. And there's an address that you have given, I think, the online address where the form can be downloaded online. And for those of you who are interested to getting the forms online, on the description there will be a link to the website that you can get the forms at, and you can just download them from there and you can fill them up. But for those who get them online, how do they after filling them, where do you take them to the maintenance court?
Yeah, the process is still manual.
Okay.
Yeah, you still need to go then after you fill it, present it to the maintenance officers at court, then gonna deal with it. So at least by the time what it assists you with, then it saves you the trips of going to court. You've already downloaded it. Yeah. You see what it needs, the requirements. Because once you list, I'm staying at this place, I'm renting at the place, I'm paying this much. Yeah. You start putting all the documents. Yeah, it's at court we work with evidence. Yeah, and the evidence is just a piece of thing that opens up to big things. Yeah, you just bring that thing. Yeah, that will and then it will open up to other things that will help your case. So you bring that all. I'm spending this much to take care of this kid. Yeah, and this is how much I spend. Grocery high. The purity and all that. But also, when mostly, let me come to the female side, women, there is also the birth cost that are involved when you are about to give birth to a child. You can claim for, the law allows that you claim, but they are once off. You must claim at the first instance. The first day you go to the maintenance officers, you claim they are called lying cost, birth cost. Okay. So I went to this hospital to give birth. It was supposed maybe to be a natural birth. It ended up changing because of complications. I went to theater. It cost this much. I paid this much. So those costs you only claim them once. As you are going, they are still working on the maintenance claim. Because remember, when you bring the matter to court, doesn't mean that day already you're gonna get we heard your story, this child must be maintained at this much. No, they must invite that person. But your cost of giving birth to this child, you've already incurred them. They are known. This is the hospital, this is how much, and already this child is already eating this much. Those costs now they are known.
Those
expenses you claim for them. You don't claim for them later already.
Okay, but did not expire.
They expire which means if the maintenance order can be granted, young one. Then you later, I should have claimed for that hospital. You are late.
Okay, but what I'm asking, did not expiry date in terms of you claim after 6 years, and they say no, you can't claim the birth expenses. It's 6 years ago. You should have claimed maybe in the first 2 years.
What actually makes them expire is when the maintenance of the child starts.
Okay.
Yes. So as long as you have never claimed that maintenance of a child, they are not. Okay. So what we're saying, when you bring your claim, you must also that claim of that. Okay. You only have that period.
All right. That's it. Yeah. There's something else talking about evidence, and probably just before we go to the break, not telling people stories here, but there's issues that communication issues go WhatsApp and people texting each other, and that will be speaking about the issues that the finance and what people probably say they will commit to or they will never commit to because of ABCD. Can that be admissible in maintenance court?
So
as a backup sizamile lento asizwana ngoba nang la ku WhatsApp ethi yena kanje nakanje.
You see, Mr. Mushala, remember law, ne? Law comes to society to bring harmony.
Okay.
So that's why when there's a gap, something has happened, we bring another law to separation. Only life I balance I'm sure you're aware of the RICA law.
Oh yes.
Must RICA the number.
Yeah.
So the person I'm chatting with go WhatsApp is you.
Yeah.
Because that number is RICA.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is important evidence. I was communicating with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So now the RICA law comes
in.
So this is your number. Yes, this is your number. I was talking to you. So you cannot claim on somebody, some bot, technology, AI was responding. No. Okay, spunky nice, very flu. When I respond, what him to be like spunky nice kima. Who was he? You could be like more, so you man.
Okay. Let's come back after the break. Spooky nice. Welcome back, and we're still on at it. We were maintenance, le Abuti Phumulani. I hope that you get his name right, because of the first thing that he said when he got here. He was like, "You must get my name right." I felt like I was in court already. Just joking. Okay. I'm thinking from what you said before we went on a break, and there's a scenario that comes in when you talk about the concept of fairness and lifestyle. I see two things I can say. Where you find let me take it from my experience, where women will be so onto a guy in paying child maintenance. Coming from a point they are a relationship when they're living together. Somebody who are packing the ice cream and then you find out the child, because of the guy has moved away, and the lifestyle cannot be maintained, and then it's lower. And you find as soon as the guy leaves, for whatever reason, which I think is personal or whatever, they would want that lifestyle to be maintained or to go higher as soon as the guy moves. And I can say, is there an experience probably that you get caught, and how do you deal with such things?
Yeah, that's why I go court, but
yeah,
because he cannot continue living this flourish life and life nandi.
Yeah.
When mina nomntwana siyasokola, or
yes,
or she's still partying when mina ngisala nalo mntwana, you know, because there's so there's this thing what they call, but what perception is reality. What people,
okay,
they come, mostly marketing people, they do this.
Yeah,
They come dress and you know, they even hire a car. No, we think that is reality.
yeah,
But when you go deep down, the person is living in abject, really the color all the way.
yes.
So sometimes we enter into this relationship, people they project this life, but it's not the real life. So you take them to court. At court we investigate.
Yeah,
Blank statements, they come forward, my brother.
and they tell the truth.
They tell the truth. They come forward. We see that, oh no, this person might be partying every weekend, but he's living on borrowed monies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the credit cards, what. So what you're asking for, my sister, of which you were right, or my brother, you were right, because what you were seeing projected this lifestyle, you know.
But that's not
the truth. But however, you have a situation where maybe this maintenance is coming from a divorce.
okay.
We're living a certain lifestyle here.
Yes.
This child, this is what he was used to. We're staying in this suburb,
Yeah.
and we're befriending like this. We're attending parties and we'll bring presents. Now this marriage has fallen apart, but Sifuna, we insist on Sifuna Kobe.
Yeah.
I think, my brother, it's very important. I think it's obviously wrong. Masibeka leyo nto leyo phezu komthetho.
Yeah.
Singabantu nathi nje kumele sibe neqiniso.
Okay.
Ama relationship they fail. And they don't start with us. Those who read the most read book, Bible,
Yeah.
they know what the relationship part of uNkulunkulu no Satan broke
Yeah.
down. So today siyathandaza sifunele unge. So now azoba kanjani. So sometimes mele sibe ne-reality ukuthi lento lena iphelile bathu bamndimo and ngamona erisile lina ngalemuva.
Yeah.
How do we make sure this mutho owaphila? And mutho otlamela umkhulisa kan need.
Yes.
I think every Friday we out and all that.
Yeah.
Next papa how or next mama how. Right now, the same man now we're no longer in one household. I had to go and rent now maybe I'm far from where I was working. I need to take 2 or 3 taxis, or I need to put more fuel to get to work.
Yeah.
So that is money. So his lifestyle is a change.
Yeah.
And honestly, but one thing, you know, there's no one who goes out there and opens stomachs to really is all.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Sometimes it's a stable diet that banabaruna that they need.
Yeah.
You know, spinach, we grew up, you know. But this thing of turning this thing now into a big fight. And then you're stressing yourself, you're stressing this child,
Yeah.
you are straining relations. Even people who wanted to help, they cannot help because it's a war. And now you take this war, you want to bring it to court, and you think who not just Judy that.
Yeah.
This is reality. Tina, the law will look at the children's health, we're looking at this kid. This kid must have at least a stable life as a konuguzmela. That's it. We're not playing about Barbie, I'm a weave. No, we look at the real interest. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so please let people come to court honestly looking at the interest of the child.
Okay.
Leave your fights outside.
All right.
Focus on the kid.
No, I hear you. So everything is done for the benefit of the child. Yeah, not the games or anything like that and stuff like that. But I think the next question then, Iba, assuming this guy, because assuming this guy, because it can be the same for women, goes out of this relationship, find another stable relationship, and he might not be doing well, income, but maybe married someone in community of property. And the wife is doing well, and their lifestyle very, and my bank statement, he doesn't put that much. Can madam compensate so that abantwana babe?
No, that's a good question, and that people maybe bangayinaki. My brother, that's the law says that.
Okay.
Because maybe before we get to that marriage one of that, yourself, you might be earning less, but you've got assets. Let's say you've got a house, but the salary that you get is less. Maybe at some time things favored you. You had property. So the law does not only look at what comes to the bank, it looks at the assets that you have. Remember that house on Mashalgu, you could be renting it out. It can generate money. That car that you have, you can maybe using it for Uber or whatever. So they look at that. So it comes also when in a marriage. You are this guy, you had kids, and then this one you fell in love, na shut down, you shut again, commit of property or whatever. She's jointly responsible because the law looks at the estate. You guys have formed an estate. So this claim comes to an estate. That's why now, even when you die, you leave yourself without a will. You die now, the interstate law comes in that dissolves the estate. We look at it that way. This child cannot suffer when you have a joint estate with this person, and we don't look. Remember, the law does not come and say because we're punishing him. No, we're looking at this estate that is affording you to live at this nice property estate, that is affording you to drive these nice cars, and you cannot be having this child suffering. So it comes and puts a claim. That's why, my brother, even those guys who, after a court order has been issued on maintenance, they default, they end up not being called defaulters. They just relax maintenance. The law says it's simple. The person who has gone to claim maintenance can go to court and say, delay 2 years or 3 months or 5 not paying. We quantify that. And then now we take that person is earning, is working somewhere. We take that, we attach the pension yard. Wow. If it needs to be, sometimes we can attach our assets on the end, so this thing of good is all run away from taking care of the people we brought in is wrong. Whether we don't pay kahle abafela mnati o jwang bufedile mara ngwana waluna awafela so hlokomelang bana balu, take care, don't run away, and don't blame the court, because now the sad part, you go around telling your friends, hey mfethu bangenele izinto zami bangifuna nini in court beyingazi. Somebody came and told her the court, and the court sent investigators and found, hey, this person is living large, and you look at it, my brother, this thing is unfair because even our government has jumped in. Cinema grants today. Honestly, if you look at it, my brother, if people are taking care of their babies and all that, do you have to have so-called line today? No. No. So this thing is serious, and it's a heavy burden on taxpayers. So if you know what is living large, you are actually the one through that grant. So tell your cousin it helps now, releases stress on our tax burden. That money tax can build us roads, can build us better infrastructure. So let's so my brother is like that. It will go to that, even if the brother has lost a job or the job in maintenance, it can move to our parents' work. If it's got parents who are affording, we can go and claim maintenance. Why so we do that, my brother? Maintenance, I feel, when we have got a kid, up until that person is sufficient. So Papa no, he or she is 40 or 35. So that Papa must claim maintenance back. So that has to tell the money there about finish. Because my brother, even when it comes to interstate law, should this brother was doing well, not married, and married in, passes on. The law says if he passes on having not lived the will, and then the estate act like my parents work. You see? So send that responsibility, then the parents must not just inherit. Udala inkinga so sibazali kumele sikhuza abantwana bethu abachubeka benza abantwana bangakhona ukuthi izobuya kuwe back.
Yeah, well said, well said, well said. Before we even get to the other one, Yaure, if you don't maintain, or someone will die.
Yo, I'm my brother. That's the sad part.
But that's a really terrible conditioning, unfortunately.
Yeah, so to tell you,
Yeah.
Yo, mbona kanjani?
Because of khona manje umntwana bekufanele ukuthi awukhiphanga imali.
Yeah.
Akekho.
Wazi ngani ukuthi uyaphila une-energy kubona?
Yeah. We laugh, but that's the reality.
That's the reality. Like
Yeah.
sikhuluma kanjalo vele ukuthi no ukwazi umbona ka khona manje uzokubona enza ahamba ncuni.
Yeah.
Kushiwo njalo. Amaphunapuna atobona. Ngidawukhisetsa yena. Because I'm maintain that's shame. That's how we.
But what's the legal stand there?
Hey, my brother, it's very sad. It's not sad. It's very sad when you don't know the legal rights.
Yeah.
So we've got two courts. Now we're moving from the maintenance court. Now we're going to children's
Okay,
court.
so this is a separate court.
Now it's a separate court.
Okay.
Now the children's court.
Oh, so I can't go to maintenance. Sorry, I can't go to maintenance court and say to the magistrate or something and say I'm not maintaining because of Agimbon.
Hi. But those words are hey. Mfana kithi. Awungiboni, wabona mnyakona. Children's court. Mona, ndibuya fela ya maintenance. If batla go taba yeo, tsamao noka go le bating le batla o mamela. Simple, they're not gonna say qala nge-maintenance or what they say just nje.
All right.
Go to that door.
Two courts. Maintenance court and children's court.
Yes.
All right.
That's why now you bring that issue. I have come here and in that court you go, whether you are affording to maintain or not affording to maintain, you go and say,
okay.
There's no, just because you cannot maintain your child does not mean you are supposed to not go to
Yeah.
No. You
All
go
right.
to that court, you tell your case, and what is nice about that court deals, my brother, with a matter that is urgent.
Okay.
Yes. It's one of called urgent courts, which
Yeah.
means you can go to that court even when you are maintaining the child. You've got proper visitation rights, because that's one thing maybe we should talk about is between you, the two parents, you have what you agreed on. Every second week, the other partner, the other week, the other partner. When it's birthdays, how do we share the birthdays?
Yeah.
When it's Father's Days or Mother's Days, how do we deal with this?
Yeah.
We've got that plan. During that plan, the other partner, you know very well, when the child is visiting that partner, for 4 hours, that person is sitting in a car wash or that person is sitting at the salon.
Okay.
You can go to children's court. It's an abuse of a child, neglected child, and go and say, hey, mntana mhleli lapha njengesiboshwa. Ubukele amakhokhomelo. Get home. Please, let's deal with this issue. And then the court is an urgent matter. They sit and then hey, phela lo mntana akho under supervision. Bukela bopopa yanga change the channel. Afake yini Emmanuel or
Yeah.
So you bring the evidence. Please, what is important? Bring the evidence.
Yeah.
Then the court will issue hey. Despite which in a visitation right, but umntwana lo kwamele abe under supervision.
Well, that's quite interesting. Yeah, but
ushile, yes umshile nabantu, but those people are unfortunately shame they are not capable. Maybe umshiye na other young kids or umshiye nabantu who can't even maintain themselves abadala.
Yeah. Or angakwazi ukulitha nawo.
No, well, yeah, that is good. But nabantu labo umshiye nabayaphuza bayanga.
No.
Beminsango pamba uphika ukuthi umshiye nabantu.
Actually, you know that there are such cases where, unfortunately, guys, maybe women do that as well. La umuntu angakwazi ukuthatha umntwana on that weekend. Mara mthathe ayokhuluma namajibu.
Yeah.
Kuphuzwe nje phambi komntwana and everything else. Good drive futhi nalo mntwana lo in a car.
Yeah.
After kuphuzwa sekuyendlini.
Yeah.
And I think, you know,
and this nice thing about kids, the kids are very honest.
Yeah.
They talk, they talk. So sometimes courts, they even invite them. They get social workers or psychologists who narrate the home setting.
Yeah.
Badlala ka dipopaya buro, like ikoko, like imang, or like malume.
Yeah.
But mama ha ukae mo. Mama Jiva, Mama. Then now the court gets to get this. Okay, why no? And like, how do you really Mama?
Yeah.
Mama, how you Pilani Jivo?
Yeah.
Oh, Pilani, these two people, Malume, Liko. You know, so kids, they are honest. They say, yeah, Benhambile no Baba, Sahamba, Kawashi, Saya in honest, and then you determine. But at the end, my brother, everything about it, we must find better ways of communicating. Let's not use the law as a stick to
punish. Yeah.
No, let's find better ways. Let's families get involved. As I had said, if your cousin is not maintaining, he's creating a social problem.
Okay.
Despite text, the social problem, even when no in this bad way, it's the same one. I mean, one who could be hijacking other kids.
Yeah.
So let's get involved as society, as families, as brothers.
For sure.
You know,
sure.
The same or rejoin in the fight, because all what we do, we end up joining just in the fight with on police.
Yeah.
Figure maintenance
as a tool.
Baba, figure maintenance to so. Kuze no go kwakhona nomkhulu wakhona nomalume wakhona then you're like nonke nani khona kwenzona umntana enzenzakalani no.
I know. Yes, but okay, let's try to close this one. Right. Give us a direction. If I want to go and I can say apply or whether but I want to have more or better access to my children, what do I do?
Well, you first, obvious, we'll take it. The relationship is broken down. You don't have any proper visitation.
Yes.
Or it comes from a marriage. When you were divorcing, unfortunately, divorce justice with divorce court. Then they say go and have there's female advocates where they'll assist you with how you're gonna govern long-term visitation. Also, who's gonna have a primary care, schools and all that. So you don't have that. Get yourself in a plan, visitation plan that becomes an order of court. This is how you're gonna govern your relationship, your partner and all that. When how many hours and if you feel that you don't trust the other partner, the court has got people who can assist, like to say when I visit there's an other person like a social worker who needs to be there to during that visitation and all that. Because unfortunately we live in a society that has got people who have there's people who are like that. Some people who are violent past and all that. Then they take it out on a young kid, because I try one who say for me he wants to cheat in one and other. Why? So that's why we must bring all those things to court. But maybe then now, not only I'm advertising services of legal practitioners.
Okay.
But when it comes to the children's court, I think it is best to consult a legal practitioner.
Oh, okay.
So that he can help you to build this case. Because the court, remember, doesn't know. We must build this picture. This is what is happening. Narrate. Bring evidence. So a best person that is trained to do that will be a legal practitioner. Then we'll put all the applications to court, write the documents that are needed to say, this is why we want A, B, and C to happen. Maybe they say, but there must be somebody. So you must prove to court why. Then you say, such and such things happen. This is the evidence. So then, so that's why I'm saying then when it comes to children's court, please maybe come to us. Let's work with you to assist you to get a proper case that you will present. Then things will go. We're not promising that it will go in your favor. Because it must not go
but at least you have.
Remember, it must not, number one, it must not go in your favor. It must go in the favor of the
children.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. No, that's awesome. Firstly, before we go, for those people who says they want to get hold of you, how do they get hold of you?
Yes, right now I'm a candidate legal practitioner based in the office in Germiston under a law firm called Okafor MA Attorneys. We've got a website, Omalaw, www.omalaw.co.za. We are reachable at, I don't have the numbers, I can have an email. I'm reachable at nyembe@omalaw.co.za.
Okay.
So also to add, Kubatwa Mokasi, We have services that we offer every second Thursday of the month at Deep Groove PCO.
Yeah.
Where we advise people on issues of law. There's so many things that affect our communities. The issues of housing, accommodation. People, Batswadi died.
Yeah.
The house never got transferred to the other ones. Maluma ulwali bashana, bangetse each other, protection orders.
Yeah.
So we advise, because sometimes not all issues people they need to end up in court. You just need somebody who can advise you and point you to certain departments that can assist or things that you can do to make environment yokuphilisana.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm available on those. You book there, then I'm there from 9 to 12. I assist our community from there. But further than that, my brother,
yeah,
I agree. And then there's accept, as I said, relationships fail. They failed at the higher level.
Yeah.
So let's not be shocked. They fail, my brother. So let's work with one another. Let's not hurt the young people who are coming into this world innocently, not knowing. Let's assist them to be better than us. That's the best thing. They say, when you come to this world, when you leave it, at least leave it in a better state than you found it. Create an environment that your kids will grow up in a better state.
Yeah.
You don't want a situation where we've had so many stories. Now I grew up in a family where it ended up breaking down. I ended up being in court for maintenance. Seeing my father there, it's not nice being in court, my brother. The courts are unlike maybe go hospital, but really that environment is intimidating. I was there, not understanding. My mother is sitting in this bench, my father is sitting in that bench, and then they are fighting, and then who are involved in this thing. It's not nice. Even myself, I've got kids with the mother of my kid, no longer together. But one thing I appreciate, we've talked.
Yeah.
We talk about this human being.
Yes.
Right now, I'm a legal practitioner. I'm no longer earning what I was earning.
Yeah.
She is coming in to chip in because she knows when things were fine with this I was assisting now. And I appreciate that. So what I'm saying, as society, let's at the end it doesn't give you any confidence. Rather get confidence that I've helped this person to achieve a higher milestone than he or she was at.
And I'm saying amen to that. But a child is raised by a village, and I think what Dr. Phumulani Nyembe is stressing more than anything else. My plea to you is, I don't think that we covered even like 40% of what we should be speaking about. So I'm saying, please have a question. Let's type them up there. Cell phone yahaho, more comment section. Comment with a question. I'm sure I will like convince him to get in there and answer those questions. Besides that, I hope that we'll have him again. I wish I can just adopt him as a resident candidate legal practitioner. That's a very long title. But it was awesome having you here, and we really appreciate even what you are doing. Go the Deep Groove PCO. Yeah. It's an awesome work for reaching out to our people and making sure we get some knowledge. We appreciate you having you here. And from me, myself, Abuti Phumulani, our producer, and our guests who didn't have an opportunity of talking today. Thank you very much, and till next time.